All right, and welcome back to our Fantasy Football Dynasty podcast. I'm always joined by I haven't done this in a while, as you in case you couldn't tell. Joined as always by Shawnee
What's up, everybody?
and Vander.
I do this.
Ben couldn't be with us tonight, so it'll just be us, the OG crew, you could say. Um, Thankfully, no robot voice from Vander from back in the day. Uh,
Hey,
it's been a while, unfortunately, due to real life stuff. So let's just get into it. We wanted to go around and give a little golf clap. Might break down a little bit each league, but go around the circuit, so to speak, and just kind of give each champion, a little pat on the back. So starting us off in floor, we have Simply, which I say with shock, but hey, he did it. With our unique scoring system here, with all the bonuses. And this was the team to do it. We'll start with Vander. Do you got anything you want to say about this team or simply in general?
this was year one in this league, right?
Correct.
I mean, there you go. I've been calling that him and Tico both. They build redraft teams, but you know what? He went for the chip. He got his money. I ain't gonna take nothing from him. He got his dub. Good shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
go ahead, Shawnee.
Yeah, I basically gonna say the same thing. I mean, I'm not hating. Some of the players still got value, but yeah, he basically goes for it all. He sticks to what he's known. He's very conservative. He got his chip, but we know this won't last for long.
Yeah, I think he took advantage of the quarterback scoring being out of whack a little bit. So I think that might get adjusted with the point adjustments this offseason. But we'll see. But congrats, Simply, man. Good job. Nothing to take away from that. Joining us on Sharks, hey, Vander, we found a way for you to win a championship, just taking over the previous
Haha.
champion's team.
I do
Uh,
this.
so by a technicality, Vander's team is the championship team. This
I'm a
was
beast.
Alex,
I'm a beast.
who is no longer a part of the circuit. But Shani, you faced off. This is the team you lost to in the championship. So what happened?
Yeah, bro. He humbled me, gave me a good slice. He smacked me up. But as you can see, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow,
Cooper Cup.
Jonathan Taylor, Cooper Cup. He has the perfect formula. It was like it's almost unstoppable at that moment. Joe Burrow was putting up more points than Patrick Mahomes, and Cooper Cup super consistent. It's pretty much nothing I can do. End of the season, you know, couple injuries, but really it was nothing I could do. Even on my best day, his best day was just way better than the rest of us in the league.
Speaking of injury, Vander, you made a comment about the team you're taking over, which was Vander.
Wait, what?
You were saying about injuries on this team,
Oh, man, I can't get away from injuries. Like every single league, it is what it is.
but
Figure it out.
Alex avoided them, and that's how we won. He
That's all you
he
got to
Yeah, he
do.
definitely avoided
he danced around them
all
enough.
major
No
injuries.
injuries, you got a good chance of winning. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how it goes in fantasy.
All
Unless your
right.
team is complete trash, like
On
Simples.
to HH, your house husbands, um, which was Shani. It's got the little goat symbol. Why is it showing up as blank now? Oh, let me. Oh,
That's
that's the
because I had no
draft.
one in the lineup.
Did you do that on purpose? Okay, Shani
You know,
making it difficult, making it
can't
weird.
let the ops know what you're
Uh,
Acting
doing, you
like
know?
Eli Apple. You need to calm down, Sean.
all right, whatever. All right, so this is the Shani team. All right, Shani, take your 15 seconds here. Why, in your
First,
brilliance, were you able to come away with the chip here?
first, don't forget, I went from worst to first in a 1 year rebuild. And you see what I got going on. I got the symbol there, so I don't have to say it no more. That's all I gotta say.
You have 8 first over 2 years, and you're the reigning champ. That's stupid.
That's how you rebuild. To be completely fucking honest, this is how you.
That is stupid.
And just so I can highlight a couple players because you can't see them in the lineup. My team is still young. I got T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Austin Eckler, Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews. Yeah, we still coming.
This is the
Uh,
biggest surprise. I don't even think Shawnee was. We had Shawnee making the playoffs at the beginning of the fucking year.
No,
This is the
nobody did.
biggest
Everybody's
surprise.
waiting
Like
for him to fall off.
he really ran with that shit. Like holy shit.
Good job,
This
sir.
is impressive. This is the most impressive win of a league in the circuit.
I'll give you that. All right, survival. And in survival, we have little E-Raw. Uh, if Shawnee's team, just because of where he was, yeah, I give him credit. But Shawnee, I think people have recognized you for the most part on what your capabilities. Little E-Raw, man, he was never a talker, never I guess prominent, kind of did things behind the scenes, and comes away with the championship here. Um, so I'll let you go, Shawnee.
I'm not
He's
even.
one of your boys, and I don't know Vander. I know you're not in this league, so that's why I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
bystander.
like
Yeah, you're a bystander. So Shawnee, what do you think here? How did your boy pull it off?
first of all, I give him respect because, like, yeah, he's not a big like cocky shit talker type, but he definitely is active. He's trying to always get better. But I'm gonna tell you this: I basically damn near traded this man a championship. You know, he didn't have Austin Eckler, he didn't have my man Deontay Johnson. You know, I made that guy. You know, I made him what he is.
Oh my
But
gosh.
no, he was super aggressive, man. Like he did things like trade Jerry Judy for linebackers that's putting up 25 points a game. Like he consistently every time he had an injury or anytime he sees a weak spot, he went out and attacked it. So I really gave him all the credit. Like
I mean, he did trade
basically
away
he
his
did
future here.
everything. Yeah, he traded away everything. He said he's all in, and that's what he did. But he still has some good young players and players that he can move. And I don't see too much wrong with his team right now. But yeah, he definitely went all in. But hey, I'm coming back for what I left behind.
He won't repeat. I'm
You-
looking at his team right now. He can't repeat.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna repeat either.
Like he has Eckler and CEH is his RB2.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
That ain't
And
happening.
hold on, yeah. I gotta loan the tip away sometime. Make the league keep going a little longer.
Oh goodness. Yeah, we still gotta find a replacement for Team Nine.
Yeah, this is
Anyways,
in a better seat.
all right, moving on to Gumbo. We'll add them in there, even though it's a kind of a different crowd here. Our champion, Southwest Stunners, man. This is like I mean, there's a bunch of shit talkers in this league,
Let me get this one.
but
Let me let
god
me let me
damn
lead
him.
this one off.
Go ahead, Vander.
I talked so much shit on Southwest Stunners throughout the year. I ain't even gonna lie. Said he wouldn't even make the playoffs. I'm a real winning that ship. Like way to make me shut the fuck up. That's one way to do it.
I mean, I can leave. I guess I get to
Oh
take
my bad. I
solace.
said that shit the young smooth. Let me
Yeah, that was Young Smooth that you were talking all trash
Yeah,
talk.
now that was Young Smooth. He didn't never talk shit.
Southwest, he beat Young Smooth in the championship. Um,
Yeah, he beats me.
Southwest, I actually beat him week one. Just saying. Anyways, that was one of my few wins in this league. Uh, God, he's a cocky asshole sometimes, but congrats to him for winning. Um, he stuck to he had a plan. In fairness to him, which is drafting all his San Diego Chargers as much as he can, and it paid off. And uh, he won this. He's the only one to win the second championship in Gumbo League. Shawnee, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give him that credit when you win back to back chips. I don't care what league it is, and like I don't seen dominant teams that's basically people gave the chip week one fall off. So definitely respect. But as you can see, this roster, the demise will be televised. That's all I
I'm
can
I'm
say. All these people
see what
talking.
he does going forward.
Hey, they say we don't know nothing. Hey, I'm gonna sit back, collect my losses while they come. But hey, a lot of people gonna fall off. But hey, he still has some good players that I think he should move around just a little bit if he want to stay competitive. But he's real top heavy. That bench is
This
trash.
team got holes. This team got big holes.
Oh yeah, it's coming. And
Oh
lastly,
yeah,
Dynasty Party. Um, I thought we had everything filled in Dynasty Party.
we did. Alex had to go.
Oh, that's Alex.
Oh,
Um,
But don't worry, he didn't
our
win.
our resident goat
shit. Oh, I'm taking that team.
was the championship champion winner again. Go ahead, take your time. Say your little message here.
Like I said, I put it there so I don't have to say it again. But as you can see, I'm not just a GOAT because I won a championship or two. But you see, after I lost, the pieces that I added for me to go and dominate
Well,
year after year. Like, just look at it for yourself if you don't believe me.
yeah, your team is pretty scary. I mean, what? We can make the case Mike Evans maybe drops
Oh,
off, but
wide receiver three.
you literally okay. He's what's the word? Hot and cold. I can't remember the word for it, but you know what I'm trying to say. But these two, I mean, that's just that's ridiculous.
Enough said.
Streaky.
The fact that you have those two. Uh,
Streaky. That's the word.
In
Streaky,
a
thank you.
quarterback situation,
Yeah, your quarterback situation is disgusting as well.
but then the running backs, I can't even complain, man. Just give me what you give me. We're gonna do this thing.
Yeah, yeah, yep. All right, all right, all right. So, um, before we move on to keep trade cut, was there any other comments, Shani or Vander, that you wanted to put out there?
Nah.
Yeah, for me, I think my only advice to everybody, no matter what league it is, really take time and look at your roster. I don't care if you do it every day, at least once a week, man, because there's no reason that no one can't get better. Like everybody can get better. I don't care if you have the worst record. Period. The only reason you have the worst record because you're waiting to see what happens next. You're waiting to see what happens next. Nobody knows what's gonna happen next. Like you could be the best player in the world, like Deshaun Watson. You didn't know what's coming next. So always be active. Always be ready for what's around the corner, and then you can get better. That's it.
All right, Vander, you got anything?
No, I'm good.
Um, I guess the only thing I would say is and hopefully by doing these, we're gonna try and get back into the routine now that personal lives are starting to settle down a little bit. Mainly me, by the way, for anybody who actually listens to these and enjoys them. I just had stuff going on. Hopefully that'll be settling down and can get back to doing this more often. Um, stay active. Like even with all the crap, I still check my rosters and trades and stuff like that, and we'll send out offers. It's so annoying when people hibernate for what 5 6 months, except for the draft. And Dynasty to me is like it's year round. So I guess that kind of goes with what you're saying is check your rosters.
Building off that, we need to get rid of these
Oh
people.
no! If you want to suck, you can keep doing that. So I'm just joking. Oh yeah, and never forget, don't take nothing personal. But shout out to Tico for all the championships he won this year.
Oh god. Oh man. All right.
I
So
know.
But remember what he said? You have to win the play. You have to go to every playoff. You have to win most scoring. You have to win championships to
yeah,
be a GOAT. And
Ain't nobody seen Tico in like 3 years.
man, this is what I'm just saying.
yeah.
This is what the man said.
I think I checked on HH. It was like it was either 22 or 44 days ago was the last time he checked the chat. So
Hey,
we'll see. Um, all right, so let's go to keep trade cut, or at least our first round. Okay, and we're gonna keep it quarterback focus. So first round, your options are Joe Burrow, Herbert, oops, and Dak Prescott. So we'll go to you, Shawnee, first. Who you keeping? Who you trading? Who you cutting?
so for me, I'm gonna keep Justin Herbert. He's young. He already proved that he could put up, top five seasonal finishes. You know, that's high ranges outcome. So this next one, I got them, pretty much neck and neck. But I don't like what I see from the Bengals last year. I think the Bengals as a whole was pretty efficient, but they have Mixon, Higgins, Chase. I think Chase makes that whole offense, obviously much, much more explosive. But we didn't see them pass 45 times a game like they was doing the previous year. But obviously that led to a major injury for Joe Burrow. So for me, I'm gonna keep that because at the end of the day, I already seen what he can do. He does it year after year. I don't love him personally in real life, but this is fantasy. So I know that I'll trade him because he still has, top five QB value,
Or if
and
you're
I'm just
keeping
gonna have
him,
to
you're not
cut Joe
trading
Burrow.
him.
No, I said I'm keeping Herbert, trading that,
Oh, trading
cutting
Dak. Okay,
Joe
okay.
Burrow.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna have to cut Burrow.
What about you, Vander?
I'm gonna keep Burrow. I'm trading Herbert because he has the most value and the most to lose going forward. Mike Williams may not resign. They don't really have a tight end. Like that's just a shaky situation to me. And I'm cutting Dak Prescott. Goodbye.
Um, when I look at this, I thought me and Vander were gonna be the same, but we're a little flipped. I am gonna cut Dak, but I think you trade Burrow, keep Herbert. Um, you say Herbert has the most to lose. I think Burrow's value will never be higher than it is right now. Um, I'm not saying it'll drop drastically, but I just
It's a
think
bad thing, right? Yeah.
it's coming off the Super Bowl. Everybody saw what he can do. Everybody's hyped about the receivers he's got to throw to, but all it takes is injury. He hurt his leg again, a different I think the other leg, but he keeps getting hurt behind that O line. He's already had one season-ending injury. So I'm trading Burrow just to maximize value and keeping Herbert, who has been a fantasy stud from, and stayed healthy
They want
the
to.
whole time.
They're also having a lot of changeover in that organization too. Aren't they getting a new head coach? Didn't they just get a new head coach? So that means a new
Yeah,
offense.
but
Yeah, but
the
I think
new head
Herbert was
coach is
doing it in
better.
spite of it. Yeah, that Herbert was doing all
Yeah.
this with in spite of his coaching.
Yeah, and they also didn't have none of these players besides Keenan Allen. So I still
Mike Williams had
see
a better
that
year
he could.
this year than Keenan Allen did, to be honest.
He fell off like middle season. Never heard from him again. Same Mike Williams. But to each his own. I just think that,
Mike
like
Williams had
like
an
Will said,
1100 yard year and 9 touchdowns,
All right.
okay,
76 receptions. Like he had a year. He had a better year than Keenan Allen, and he could be on the move. Is likely on the move.
We'll stay with the keep trade cut. All right. We'll do one more of these, and I see the options that you posted, you guys, but we'll do one more. I kind of like this one. So for running back,
Okay.
Akers, Dobbins, or Dillon. And this time, let's have Vander go first.
Whew. Um, this is tough. You got two of the running backs coming off injuries, significant injuries, and you got one of the running backs that's he's the second best running back on his team. Um, Dobbins has Lamar Jackson to contend with. Akers, that's an offense that they're gonna rotate running backs in. I'm gonna I'm gonna keep Akers. I'm gonna trade Dobbins, and I'm gonna cut Dillon. And I don't feel good about any of those three choices, to be honest. But that's what I'm gonna go with.
We keep being a little similar, but we're gonna flipping. I'm keeping Dobbins, man. If I can buy Dobbins anywhere, I'm doing it.
I got
I
Dobbins in a couple of buddy.
yeah, well, maybe we'll make a deal finally happen between us. I like Dobbins. I'm not gonna overpay for him, but I do like him coming back. Gotta say that now that Vander knows. I don't think I don't think you'll get proper value, but I'm taking whatever I can trade for Akers. Um,
Good call too.
I
I
I,
understand.
I don't. I agree. Like these are both like can people like you have to ride out. Like there's nothing good to do with Akers or Dillon. Dillon, you're like you said, you're waiting behind him. You know, I think you can almost get more for Dillon at this point. So I'm gonna trade Dillon just on the idea that you get more for him over Akers because Akers was kind of plodding around in the playoffs for me. So I would cut Akers.
He's coming back off. That was back off an Achilles tear
And he's
in
still gonna have that
six
Achilles tear
months.
injury he's dealing with next year.
That was like 7 months though. That's unreal how fast he got back from that. I think given another off season, Akers could probably have the most to gain out of these guys.
It's you could be 100% correct, but you're also an Akers guy. You gotta put that in there.
First thing, baby.
You've been
Yes,
pumping that horn
you the Best you.
forever. So you're a little biased. What about you, Shawnee?
Oh, for me, this is easy. I wish we had a third back. I'm cutting Dylan straight off the bat. I don't think he has nearly the value that I've seen across any league as any of them ever had. So that's an easy one for me. Plus, he's in a timeshare. You know,
They're all
you have to
rookie
have, yeah, you have to get him out of a timeshare. You have to make sure that Aaron Rodgers stays there. It's a lot of things that has to go perfect just for him to shine. I'm not saying his ability, he doesn't have it, but I just think everything has to line up in a row just for him to, push his value up. And definitely, I'm going to keep Dobbins because for me, I'm not scared of ACL, especially at his age. I seen he's highly efficient. He's in a Ravens offense. They know what they want to do. We seen guys like what's his name, Devontae Freeman and Latavius Murray. They like 36 years old, still getting it done. Like just from being in that offense. Like I think as long as he gets back, get healthy, he might start off slow. That's okay. But like and for me, I'm gonna trade Akers. I love Akers. I was on that bandwagon. But after I seen him come back, like you said, he came back from an injury. Like people thought his career was over. He did it in 7 months. And he looked good in that first game. I think he still needs to get his feet wet. But from what I know, that he still has pretty much the same value as Dobbins, or if not higher. It depends on what you want. But I'm trading him because if he does have one more major injury, it's over for his value, maybe over for what he could do production wise. But yeah, so I'm gonna just keep Dobbins, trade Akers, cut Dillon.
Who do you guys think has the most potential out of these three?
Dobbins.
Puts
If they were on,
potential
put them on
like healthy. Put him
Dobbins.
period healthy.
any
It's
healthy
Akers for me.
and feature back on their team. Say they're not in a timeshare. They don't have a running quarterback that's going to poach goal line touchdowns. In the perfect situation, which one of these three do you think has the most upside or the most potential?
Are you done? Because
It's a
it's still
question.
Dobbins. Just want to make that
I
clear.
mean,
Dobbins.
it was already Akers. I already seen it. Like I already seen what it was before he got injured.
You got something different, Vander?
I think AJ Dillon might have the most upside if he was on his own team.
No,
Dude,
I'm just saying, like we
like
seen these
good
scenarios.
hands.
Like we seen the scenarios though.
Vander
Yeah.
falling in
Like
love with
yeah.
Quadzilla.
Man, I was big on AJ Dillon. Y'all forget.
I mean, I drafted him a lot of places. I just said I seen it like happen. Like I seen these perfect scenarios develop. And
But I mean, he
like
does
I
not
see,
has the least
remember
perfect
Akers was a
scenarios out of
quarterback. Akers was a quarterback. All his measurable size, weight, speed, route run, everything, just perfect.
All right. So, what was our biggest surprise from this year? Could be a player, could be a team, whatever you want to do. Just give your own little input. Biggest surprise from the fantasy football season that just ended. Um, Go ahead, Vander. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Debo Samuel. I mean, he ended up having the third best season for wide receivers in most leagues, I think. He had a top
Yeah,
five
I mean,
season regardless. I don't know what it was exactly. I'm trying to pull it up.
I got it. I'll put it up on the thing. He was wide receiver 3 overall.
Like, and he was coming off injury. You could have got him real cheap last year, and his price now is astronomical. And if you had him, he likely pushed you deep into the playoffs. You likely gave you probably the best chance to win a league for the lowest cost. I'm gonna go with Debo.
All right. What about you, Shawnee?
sticking to surprises, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it really wasn't a surprise, but I guess where he ended up finishing and what he did, I think I'm gonna go with Matthew Stafford. You know, he was probably getting drafted like well outside of the top 10 quarterbacks. He was still stuck in Detroit. He still was dealing with injuries, and now he puts up what, top 6, top 5 season at the quarterback position. Obviously, majority of us, always playing superflex, so you know what that do for your roster. So him and obviously to pair with Cooper Kupp, it was just crazy. That was probably the most undervalued stack in Dynasty last year put together.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that.
Mine, and I lucked out here. Like I drafted him in one or two leagues. I should have done. I actually passed on him in one. I'm going with Waddle.
Which
Oh
Um,
yeah, I love that. Yeah, I
I
love that pick.
I mean, he set a rookie record for receptions, I believe. He is clearly the number one down there now, and with the new offense coming in, I think it's only going to benefit him. So I just really happy with what he's doing, and like it only looks up for him.
are you a little bit worried with Waddle having Tua's limited arm strength,
No,
not being fully able to take like full
because
advantage of his speed?
so when I watched, um, I didn't watch every Dolphins game or anything. I'm not a Dolphins fan, but when I would watch highlights, clips, whatever, right?
Right.
Every time Waddle was doing, like, he had some deep plays, don't get me wrong, but like his ability after the catch, like they were getting him, like they were force feeding him the ball. Like he had so many targets and receptions,
Yeah.
and he can just take a ball that's underneath and turn it into a first down, a 30-yard gain, whatever. So that's I'm not worried at all when it comes to that.
He had 7 games with 10 or more targets as a rookie.
Yeah.
Impressive.
All right, biggest disappointment. Shani, are you ready?
Yeah, I
Go,
am.
go ahead.
So it's not a guy that I was really high on, as many people might already know. But as far as where he's getting drafted, the way that people think about him, all his value that he still has, CD Lamb was a big disappointment for me.
Shut your mouth.
Uh, I think people was thinking top five, top seven, top 10. Like, no, like he finished like a point, maybe a point under Brandon Cooks. Like, so for me, where he's getting drafted, all the value that he still has, just because I think he plays on a glorified team overall, and everybody called him the best receiver in that draft coming out. Like, I just don't see it. Like, like his numbers is okay. I think he's gonna be a fine player, in and out. Maybe he's other people's DJs more. I love DJ Moore. Like he's undervalued for his career, but where they have CD Lamb, I don't see how. Like, I don't see what he's doing. He's not moving the needle. He's not going out giving you these Jamar Chase type games.
All right, what about you, I guess?
I'm going with one of my favorite players in the league, DK Metcalf. This was
Oh
a
yeah,
huge disappointing year for him. They weren't using him properly. He was having like terrible games, or he was just gone. Like, it was just rough watching it. It was rough. And I mean, we always know he has issues with his hands. He's gonna drop balls, but if they're not even working him properly into the game plan, what can you do? And then on top of that, having the rise of what the fuck is his name? Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett had a huge year this year too. So DK Metcalf definitely. He still had, I think, a wide receiver 2 year. I think
Wide
he
receiver
came in
14.
14, yeah, 14 range. But
just didn't feel like
he's
it.
coming off a top 5 year last year.
He was so this season I have that up on the screen. He started off pretty strong and then he just had duds. I remember Russell did go down for a bit there, but there were just games where he didn't get targeted.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yep. Oh, I know. As I show in the Sharks League, Lamb and Metcalf, and I was like, oh, thanks guys. Um, for me, it's another player I drafted this year. I did have quite a few draft picks this year. Um, and it's obviously still early. Just as I'm happy with Waddle, I can't, and maybe it goes to the whole class, but the one that everybody was can't miss is Trevor Lawrence, right?
Except for Shawnee.
He was supposed to be, the new Patrick Mahomes. Like he was supposed to be the golden boy, you know. He went from being sunshine to just, uh, rain clouds. Like it was just sad. Now he's got a new coach. Urban Meyer apparently sucks. Shocker. Um, you know,
Big time.
we'll see how it goes. And there's obviously still plenty of time, but we're basing it off just this fantasy season. Trevor Lawrence and almost the whole QB class for what they did
Yeah,
this
trash.
year.
Trash.
It wasn't that awesome aside from maybe Mac Jones. He did
That's the
solid.
mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And that's a really good one, Trevor Lawrence, especially when you look at
Yeah,
what people were paying to get him. Like in
basically.
in
Yeah.
floor league, Alex last year traded for Lawrence, gave up Garoppolo, Tyler Higbee, DeAndre Swift, and a 22 first. That's looking at it now. That's like Jesus Christ, man. Really? You got no
Well,
return
it
on
gets
investment.
worse. What did you give up, Wood?
I think I gave up. No, I got
Jonathan
multiple.
Taylor, J.K. Dobbins.
Well, I got no. There was multiple firsts for that, but yes, the right to draft Lawrence was a part of that because it was we traded draft picks.
All right, just been Jonathan Taylor pretty much.
Yeah,
And that's just yeah. But honestly, the problem with Lawrence, regardless if he was good or not, he had no room to be bad. He had to be Patrick Mahomes from day one. That's
I
how
agree.
high his value was. Like that's basically the whole flaw of it all. It's not that he failed or he can't be
Oh,
good.
he definitely failed a
Honestly,
little
he can
bit.
bounce back. Oh, he
I
underperformed
don't think
even
any of
last
us
year too.
think it's his fault for the season that he had, though.
No, I don't think, but I think some of it is just bad quarterback play. Period. Like he had a lot of attempts to show improve and do something, but
Also
I
has a
just think,
terrible O line, average running backs, no
no,
route.
yeah, he's definitely gonna get a pass. I think all of them get a pass. To be
Yeah,
honest,
none
all
of
of
their
them get a
careers
pass.
are over. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, yeah, they
you
all
go
get a
from
pass, except
having
like you said.
Joe Burrow before the injury looked amazing, Herbert looked amazing, Tua didn't even start for a while. Uh, we got spoiled with these quarterbacks starting off
Yeah,
so
hot.
well, you know.
Even Robert Griffin did. Come on.
That's a great point, Wood. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
Seeing
really, he literally
astronomical
had no
seasons for
room,
rookie quarterbacks lately, and it doesn't make any sense. And now we're
especially the
becoming
ones who
like
can run.
accustomed to it, and it's just not the norm.
I mean, even
Most
Jalen
starting quarterbacks
Hurts
they're gonna
came in
Yeah,
struggle.
and
even
did well.
Jalen Hurts. Basically, yeah, this was basically his rookie year, if you ask. Like if you want to measure it that way, but
No, even if I give him credit for the season where he came in halfway through, Jalen Hurts put up respectable fantasy
yeah,
numbers his first
Yeah,
year.
of course, yeah,
Yeah.
good distinction.
yeah, man,
Kyler Murray put up great numbers his first year. If you even want to go back a year before that, or before Burrow years or whatever.
yeah, yeah. A lot of people, man. It just yeah. So, but
Getting
like I said, he just had no wiggle room, none, zero.
All right. Well, unless did I miss anything, I think that wraps it up for us for our coming back episode. You guys got anything, Vander, Shawnee?
Aduzes.
Sleepers coming soon.
All right, guys. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys.